My name is Dayne Walling. I'm the mayor of the city of Flint in Michigan. Well, the city of Flint has widespread challenges with residential vacancy and abandonment, as well as challenges with our workforce and unemployment. We were a community that was dependent on one company and one industry, and the global economics and technology of that have completely changed in recent decades, but the physical and social makeup of our community wasn't changing at the same time. So we find ourselves here in the 21st century with housing stock that's outdated and not a good match for today's consumers and buyers. And we also have a workforce that is very deeply challenged to be competitive in an environment where you need more skills, more education, and more training. My vision is that we can use the assets, the great colleges and universities that were established through philanthropic efforts of that booming auto industry, and get them refocused on the community in a strategic way that can uplift local residents, attract young professionals, create a workforce that brings new investments and companies into our community. It's not a short-term process, but I see a number of signs of success, and I think a broader, comprehensive plan that shows how these different efforts can fit together will make us a lot more, first, attractive and ultimately competitive. We were starting at the ground level. Not a single city staff with an urban planning degree. Our last comprehensive master plan was passed in 1960, so we had no plan. We had no capacity inside of local government, and that clearly indicated that this was going to have to be done as a partnership, as a collaborative. I convened a group of the urban planners who were in our partner agencies, the county's land bank, the Regional Chamber of Commerce, the C.S. Mott Foundation, who had just brought on a program officer who was a PhD in urban planning. We all came together with city staff who had expertise in housing and infrastructure and development, so that we could get started on the process in a formal way of reimagining Flint and getting the alignment that we need on everything from traditional urban planning concerns around economic development and transportation, but also looking seriously at the social and the environmental components that really hadn't been part of the conversation in Flint, being an older industrial community. So we've brought that full sense of sustainability to the discussion: economics, housing, neighborhoods, families, public health, public safety, and environmental conservation, ecological quality. We're putting all that together as we work on this planning effort, and the variety of partners are just proving to be real champions of this. They get it, and leveraging their capacity has just made all the difference. Flint has had a number of strong anchor institutions that were put in place during those years when the auto industry was booming. An amazing cultural center, colleges, universities, they're all in place, clustered in and around downtown. And the leadership of those organizations was realizing that a continued deterioration of the city in general, the neighborhoods around their institutions, posed real, fundamental threats. There was a reality check for our institutional leaders that have made them great champions in this process, because they're so thankful that the city is stepping up. You can only do so much with your own campus and your own resources. You have to have those efforts weaved into a larger comprehensive plan, and that's where there's a complementary role for the institutional leadership, our foundations, but then city government has to step up and play a role in making sure that all those strategies and efforts add up to something for the entire community. We have an opportunity to create a wonderful beating heart, as I call it, for the entire mid-Michigan region, right in downtown Flint, right at the cross of our traditional Main Street and the Flint River. I mean, it really already is a beautiful setting, and with these type of collective efforts, it can become a place that's just truly an outstanding live, work, play, learn environment.